If you read in Psalms chapter 37 verses 7, it reads, rest in the Lord. Now we have heard this phrase, rest in the Lord, quite a number of times. But what does it mean when you say rest in the Lord? You know, rest in the Lord is nothing but leaning on God. It's relying on God. It's depending on Him for everything in every area of our life. And we can learn to rest in God is only by trusting in Him. Now, resting in God can be difficult for a person who wants to have control of everything, if he wants to be independent of everything. Because when you try to have control over everything, then when failures comes in your life, when you face problems, it can be quite frustrating. You will tend to lose your peace and joy. But you know what? When we learn to depend on God, when we trust in Him, when we lean and rest in Him, we will have always peace and joy. Because remember, when God created us, He did not create us so that we would be independent. He created us that we would depend on Him for everything. And that's an amazing relationship with Him. You know, resting in God is just like lying on the bed. You know, when you lie on the bed, you put your head on the pillow. So when you rest in God, it means you're taking off the pressure and placing it in God's hands. Because when you become a born-again Christian, you are partners with God. God does His part and we do our part. You know, God will not do our part and we cannot do His part. That's what resting in God is. The things that you cannot do, the things that you cannot change. Maybe you want to change your husband, you want to change your boss's mind, you want to change yourself, and you're trying to do it with your own strength, and at the end there is frustration. I want you to learn to lean on God, to rest in God, that He is working on the situations and the places that you cannot do it. You know, when we try to do things on our own strength and leave God out of it, that's when we get worn out. But when we allow God to be God, when we learn to rest in Him, we will see always peace and joy. You see, Jesus, when He was with the disciples on the stormy night in the boat, He was resting because He knew that His Father was working in the situation that He could not do it. And He was resting in that stormy night on the boat. And we can too do that when we learn to rest in God. You know, I want to encourage all the viewers. Maybe right now you're frustrated, you're worn out because you're trying to do things apart from God in your own strength and you are frustrated. I want to tell you, rest in God. Lean on Him, rely on Him, depend on Him, and believe that He is working on the things that you cannot do. Let God be God in your life. Amen. God bless you.